try and show Jacob the video that we talked about, the one that you sent me, where you can really see how the diaphragm works in action. It's
okay. Let's see.
And this.
I think you sent it to me in a text message, maybe.
I forgot the figs. I actually picked them even.
Let's see.
There you have it. Yeah. Let's look at his diaphragm.
Oh yeah.
Wait. You see these spikes?
Yeah, but yeah.
So that's
working out too.
I guess
in a
it's
big way.
I guess it's the big breath that you need to take in between the sets, because the trick for singers is to have as long an exhalation as possible. You need to really have strong diaphragm.
It has to come from your lower level. It's like a yogic breath. You take it
for
all the
sure.
way down,
For sure.
except you do it super fast.
So there's two different types of breathing. There is reflexive breathing, which is we're emptying our lungs.
Mm-hmm.
And then the diaphragm reinflates itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is what most people are doing in their daily life, which is what we try to not do, is percussive breathing, is where we
force it.
We're pushing air into ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have enough time for the reflexive breathing.
For it to do it by itself.
You can't, I mean, I have milliseconds.
Yeah.
So I'm sucking in small pieces of air in between sentences sung.
And that's what it does. That's what we're seeing every time. Yeah. But it's a lot though. It's not small breaths. It's like
No. But it's I guess it's an acquired skill.
Yeah.
It's some very, very big amounts of air. I'm not a steep guy, but I have a lung capacity of past 7 liters.
That's a lot too.
How much is Stihan?
14 at his peak, so that's next level. But yeah,
That's next level.
Yeah.
But for normal people, 7 is a lot.
and one of the ways to measure your lung volume and diaphragm capacity is always is also to measure the length of your exhalation. I think we have done some measurement on you before, but you mentioned some number to me once. What is the longest measurement you have done on your exhalation?
I'm not sure, and I don't have it on this phone, but I've used the Aerofit mouthpiece to measure amount of air in and like the pressure on an inhale and also the pressure on the exhale, and I'm in the top percentiles of
users,
Aerofit users worldwide.
Cool.
Which is quite a lot.
I believe we measured it to be extending 30, maybe even 40 seconds.
No, way more than
maybe even over a minute.
Yeah, I mean,
it was
when I do
insane.
my what's it called? I do my carbon dioxide breathe out time. I'd measure that in the morning. 4 deep inhales through the nose, out through the mouth. On the 5th deep inhale, you exhaled as slowly as possible, and it's usually between 70 and 95 seconds.
That's a lot.
So
that's a lot.
And the fun thing about
the exhale.
Exhale. But that exercise is also a way of gauging whether or not your system is recovered from yesterday's activities. And
so how often do you do these breathwork practices?
I mean, my breathwork is I think it's a habitual thing now.
Yeah.
I don't really think about it too much. I mean, when I'm in a cold, I do this self-made up thing.
Because you mean you're doing, because of the singing and everything, that's why you've worked it up? Or I mean, do you do meditation? Do you do sit down and actually say, now I'm going to close my eyes and just focus on the breath?
No, but if I'm walking through town, I'll
you do
inhale for 4 steps. Exhale and
5 seconds in.
Yeah, I mean
5 seconds.
Yeah,
hold,
I mean you can
15
do that.
seconds out. 5 seconds hold.
That's what I do in the cold.
Yeah.
But
that's a way to calm down your nervous system, get into the parasympathetic nervous system.
But it's also a way of extending time in the cold, because 1 minute is then only 2 breaths.
Yeah, exactly. I feel that as well. If I count my breath, like 3 minutes, it's like that.
Yeah.
So it's also a mind game.
Oh, that's your trick to staying down for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, got to do that.
You got to try that.
Yeah, let's hear about that. I would like to hear more about that. How did you start the whole cold exposure thing, and how did you get to 15 minutes? I feel like that's a long time.
15 minutes?
In what?
Did I miss something?
15 minutes in an ice bath.
Okay, yeah. You go
Yeah.
ahead.
The average of my ice bath length is like 8 minutes.
Okay. But
So
you just told
so
me.
today would drag my average down quite a bit, you know,
Yeah.
with the little 3-minute plunge.
Yeah. But so he told me before we started that was it in Norway?
Yeah, we did the swimming.
In Norway, where he does 15 minutes.
No, I didn't do it. I did 15 minutes was in an ice bath.
Okay.
lying down. No, the longest I've been swimming in like cold water is like 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
And swimming is next level.
Is it?
I feel that way. There's a bit different views on that perspective. But when you have
Movement.
once again the movement in the water flowing in, it gets like approximately 5 degrees colder than what it is.
And you have to be
Feels that way.
more in control of your body because you can't cramp up, and you gotta really focus on your breath. I
You need
guess.
to own your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems and know when are you using which one of them.
Yeah.
And it's more difficult to control your breathing when you're swimming because the heart rate goes up.
I can't do the 15-second exhales. What I do is I try to control my breathing, and then I do this vagus nerve exhalation. So I push my tongue into the roof of my mouth and make it a exhalation, so that you're actively calming down your vagus nerve while you're breathing out, while you're swimming around.
Okay.
And then I would say wear a woolly hat. Don't get your head underwater when you're swimming. In the ocean.
Yeah.
Like there's no point.
No.
I mean, you don't gain in 8-degree water. Yeah, plunge your head at the end. But like, there's no point. Like health and safety wise, there's no point in getting your head under the ice water when you're in those temperatures.
Okay.
No, and from a health perspective, it doesn't make that much sense either. Because
No,
you
and
have the
for
brown
me-
fat tissues from the neck and down, so head below.
Head below is like a wake it up.
Waking up mentally.
Putting the head below can actually help you stay in longer if you start with the head under and you're sitting in a more controlled environment, because you kind of kill the urge to leave, because as soon as you get your head back up, you're like, okay, I can breathe again.
Interesting.
That was actually the same thing that Steve said, or otherwise I read it in this book, that if there's some nerves in your face that when you get it under your water,
you can relax them by just splashing cold water in your face.
Then it will signal somehow, and that should be more comfortable in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe
Interesting.
Maybe I'm
I always finish with the head below because I fear the opposite way.
Yeah.
That if I start with the head below, it will be a nightmare for the entire process. I have to try that next time.